They will fight among themselves, not creating space for the person sitting at the top and not one year the upper. It's the same way arming a fool with political power is also dangerous. So you see, a balance. We need to find unity and ensure that there's a fair balance as a be. Or minor, I'm a victim. But today, Ghana is not only a victim, but Nipana ye woman so can be. And these are people with a certain twisted mindset. You lose touch with the reality and the ordeals, the ordinary and the average Ghanaian is going through on a life they don't care. Living a life of luxury and comfort. Standing afar. They don't care. Because to them, this whole thing is politics, transactional. It's about money, making money. And at the end of the day, who making money and nobody's questioning anybody. You get away with everything. That is why we are not moving forward. So it is about time I get citizens to ever rise up to the occasion. Like I said, this emotional partisan activism, this tribal, silly politics, and that kind of Madame Fourier, your krum nini, same class no, you find your politics. First, you need to activate your mind, be vigilant, and watch everything from a very dispassionate perspective. Now, who said this thing is wrong, this thing is right? Ebasa, you have the courage to confront evil. Abra, it happened. You can't just shut up. You can't just shut up. Because I'm not sure say I can never shut up in the face of evil. You can't. And then the basic. And that is what is happening in this country. Papa Nufri is a Ghana the room. He thinks everybody is a fool. They think everybody is gullible. They think they will win them there. And that is why they find the strength and the courage to do the things that they do. Because normal. But this is no normal. This is abnormal. Ghana is stripping away. And then look at the economic fortunes of this country. The outlook so bleak. There is no hope. Omaya ya suspended external payment kranio. Not even domestically no more or more to government bond kran. Yasenya a pia Canada kwachiri. Na kana yedi kwachiri no. Obi mama ne betu yana so obi papa ne ba betu. A few years ahead they will come for their money. By that time no, na Akuffo Addo will live comfort and luxury and will live office. And today he shamefully goes around telling people say, or no, hand over to MPP government. But what the tilapia krato, your friend saying, paper so, no, tilapia, and a contested 2020 election, 2024 elections. I'm sure the tilapia will win. Because Ghanaians are becoming vigilant. That silly emotional, it's not going to happen anymore. Because Ghanaians have seen your works, the lies, the many Spain doctors you employ within the media are to change and twist the narrative just to paint a very picture about a rather gloomy situation, and then you've been exposed. So traditional media, no, the that particular room, now you dangle around the issues. The social media and other critical platforms now emerging will speak to the issues as it is, and you will be exposed. There is no hiding place because by you shouldn't say the city and there to hold. You can't deceive the people and no more, unless the few people who have decided they will not accept enlightenment. They will continue to live in the 12th century. Now, why yes, I'm class politics near the higher and you free or more way higher no. It's the reason why you're taking your trip back. Because other politics, the decision they are pursuing now rested on how critical the masses are. I'm sure some of you are privy to happenings in the United States today. And if you go to some of the Ivy colleges in the United States, and a single policy by American government to support Israel in the ongoing way, against your friend saying the Hamas in Gaza, the Kosovo, and Go to the various universities, protest over protest, because the government at the executive level are taking certain decisions. Some people think that no, it is not fair. And they're entitled. I know some of the Ivy colleges in America, school now shut it down. There are some that have gone virtual because the people are prominently featuring in the administration. They are very much concerned. Yet, policy makers, and you see, every decision is shaped by the concerns being raised by the people. However insignificant we feel it is, it will feature at some point in the policy at the top. That is how we become critical. That is how we transform ourselves into sentinels and protect the very foundations of our democracy. So you can't sit idle and hope that things will turn around. Because I keep telling people, say it is so silly for obese or better baby. I can say, oh, yeah, the young to and can come to a young Yankopon yard maybe ye, oh, bodam, Yankopon yardum, and it will never be good unless you and I, yes, sorry. God has never raised any nation, I am poor, and all of a sudden, I am rich. Such miracle, no, and happen to a mind. It's a conscious, deliberate effort you need to take. Make some sacrifices. Now making sure say you are going from one stage to another. And that countries now you grow, no. Go and check their track record. The last time I told you about Indonesia, it is projected say able through the year 2050, no. Okay, one of the biggest economies in the world. Maybe the first 5 or first 10. Indonesia become home be. That is the new China, rising at a lightning speed. Go and read about Indonesia today. Ninyina your policy who say your economic policies in initiative no yet yan tungu na yan fafu from ra, and today dividend do mu rape omo enya bia no e coming at the back of this new initiative. And that is the same way China, that is the China's approach. China cried here because as a communist, communism has never brought any economic success to so far as the West and as far as concerned. So there were a lot of doubt being expressed about China's approach. But today, China ultimately proved to be wrong. And a success story. Vietnam is the new China that is also emerging. And going to war. Long years of war, American boots were on the ground. And we, the Akuffo Addo in America and a whole lot of stuff. I want to them because they were never prepared to pick up the gun to go to war in Vietnam. Vietnam tete pansamie. But today, the country is making a giant stride. They are coming back. A new economic sensation, a rising. IMF and other countries are projecting saying the next few years, won't mean about maybe 10 best economies in the world that one can Vietnam and home. So a conscious, deliberate effort I will be making as a plan. The options are available. But ask yourself, say, options bang. Apart from Sasika, yam finance, a pine, so I am to turn them, yam changing uniforms, yam painting school down. Yeah, our order contract. Yam fastest 8 million, and cop printed, your father saying, textbooks in Chaman Pra. When we know that policy, that particular initiative, no, there is no sense in it. And any future prospect be because a chairman no movie and no company no and a yamaniska. And in this case it was awarded to Kingdom Books. Obia Jenese Kafu Afano Mwedi Sanetie. So we must be demanding. I can't say we all have a stake in this country. First, na am crying, na free say or bid me a special people into your papa. No. We all have equal stake in this country. Same and the protection. Same is the discourse. It doesn't matter whether you are educated or not. It doesn't matter what degree and how we need degree. It doesn't matter you are rich or poor. This is our country. We need to safeguard and protect it. That is why environment culture said we need to expel our second liberation from the jaws of these criminals. Are most masquerading, parading as apostles of rule of law. They are no apostles. These are criminal imposters. are more fronting a democracy with impunity and with disdain. Omubia thinking say oh they are because attitude in Nema Ekosoro. Ask yourself, say, a mudia wahe and a serve will be interest. Oh, Kroma saying. Today there is doomsday everywhere. Ghanaians are eager, asking questions. Say, what they're catching a dear Ben Nessie. A dear Ben Yankasa Nessie. We just want to be know. We just want to know, be in the know. We want to catch our governance. And ye be ye, Yakasi ye no sumu. A masem and to who ye. No. Transparency is the hallmark. A idea, a indented democracy. Transparency is key. And so the question is, identity government ain't mean transparent. Now oncoming clear and clean to the people. Say we are nipa be say, oh okay. Say ya catch will be say. Doom so ekoso. What is the problem? I am not sure. Me I don't know what is happening. Nobody knows. The people who are privy to the critical fact are not willing. Because to them, this whole thing is politics. Obeka. Yabaka say doom so. And they are not making any effort. I aim at addressing this canker. I say I'm for Nema. Because there are a lot of young people are more rely on power, electricity, this kind of stuff for their daily activities. So power not cut off without notice. A problem. In the past, now you himself, your friend is saying capacity in terms of your power where you war and they demand no, not and so. But today, I buy now Baba catcher and say a broso. So what is the problem? What is stopping the government from coming clean to the people? And you see, that's why I keep saying that these people are not even smart. Because you see, the easiest part is the communication. Because communication, you have the power to convince people. That's the easiest part. But some will switch lights not off, no. That is the difficult part. But they are foolishly, and conveniently, they can switch off the light, which is the difficult part. But explaining to the people, which is the easiest part, that is how fools behave. Because governance, a thrive on communication. How effective are you? And I ever what distill a lot of doubt in the minds of people, because you see, always and always, the very moment you allow a vacuum to exist in the space of governance, that space will be filled with cynicism. So in a government setup, you don't create a free space. Or the very moment you create a free space and you don't cover or fill it, somebody will fill it for you. The last time I make a catch, said, Papa be frame you say oh no ni Facebook page na amanfo creative man minister and omode jijijisika na esre nka cho say nde ba bia wiase akwa koduru na we nipa public figure to the point a certain minister na we need social media account obi bia bi ma onye wrong, or you should be reasonable enough say ba bia wiase akwa koduru at this point, You lead people. You need to come find having or communicating. So when criminals realize that you don't have it, you have created a vacuum. So they will create one for you and use it to dupe people. So nipa na wa create account or do the bono or nyanya bone. I don't think what me create be. Now why yama man for who said this is the real you are. Because you need to find the real idea no answer the one who fake. But if the real no ends is still, how do you determine say be a fake? So that is what will happen. Sana governance na kwakoye. There is doom so. It could be said na yesi dwene nsama ye kan yukura na enye no. So you have the power to come, say. That even shows respect. But because they don't respect nobody, because they don't give a damn about what you are thinking or what I'm thinking, Omono is business as usual. Young konkwa. And the posturing, the attitude of the president, the way a manner some of his ministers speak, their attitude, some of this thing, doesn't look like people who think they are accountable to the people. They think they are certain special beings, be asebi, or more commanding a special way, be they are at liberty to do anything. It's the reason why Ebedum Light, our Ashanti regional, ECG beka kutwa obi light ma Ashanti regional minister befa phone afre ya friend say police for some nkochi ECG boss no na mo so dwori de chi na akwache no. That is the problem we have in this country. Recently, me hear video be a trend on social media. You say papa be and another Canada Japan financier. Is it George T. Boatin something? Estate building was here dime 10 anajo. You say Abu Ramadan, your friend say second lady yere nuya. Or say assassin ya nedia or mo twe ho court na se for anajo 2 a.m. na ya tam national security police ni soldiers akogu ho akobu dan na to agu. You see, people do things because I quite say omanya emranim obi atimi ye de open wa fa ne ho adi dan a sebe we nyansani ne do kogina animu a no matter the differ something will click you as a reasonable sensible human being say oh there be say assemble or hokra mama yenhwe na yenka na dan we yesi we ajapade an boy ya den hintumi mbungu. That is how a rational person is supposed to think. But these people when they're 2 a.m. at the bulldozer eko dwiri dan ni nyina tuguye because you will to me because we are in power because we have the backing of the establishment to hell with everybody and they did it till date. What is here Achiobi? Media no kro bi an capture comment say papa na say asem no say the no expect na enkosa man nti ono ankasa sha ase kwaye press conference till date e bi akura mo bi wo ha nyesa me kana anka mo ntene da ya budan na to agu without a court order and according to him ye bu agu no na soldier for police for national security personnel were present and omo no mu supervise ye mu dan ntungu na ye kura mra ye adwuma ubebu dan na gu na se court ama order. The person now was it dying no. You need to notify the person. Our copy from the court. I give you that particular ultimatum. Say, ye bu dying na to agu. Yamana mane. This is Akuffo Addo's republic. So you see, in some way you can't. And this will be time will be. And I will be mpo be asem. And yes, be uncrass. Some na air cost no air time, air flow, and the things that they can suppress everybody. I'm telling you, you can't. Come on, in your here. Now, Rollins a crowd be 21 years. Let me see what we shall form. How much more wow be 8 years ago? And not sure Rollins a woman. No crown. And some woman to say one nibby. Rollins nan Cassan, some woman is a beam cross the same way one nibby. But today here we are under a president. Oklemusa, he's a Democrat. Disrespecting or no ankasa the voters because Oko Ashanti region and some Okokanya, he insulted everybody. Or the lawlessness in impunity, baby. Now not to say I say ministers were appointed or more and Binsi Ukrum had that sir a bind by appointed a minister. Now uncle through parliamentary approval. Now or must start here, yeah. What can come. Like really? Oh, munko munja o munko emo dwuma me na ma appoint mo. Oh, munja o momo. And they are working. Without parliamentary approval, menti bi da e wo kroma say, but it is happening under this same guy. So these are real issues. These are real issues affecting everybody. And you see, you must be smart enough to know, say, power no enka won say. You see, onam no kika na o na power no menyu. Agro am say papa nam say wanyini nti agro won ani so. Agro agudi ankasa won ani so. Asa Ghana for 2 batia wa. Akonwa no wa na bedwa na free so. And this answer no mo kika na me hand over to and agro bi no di. Unsa agro won ani so. Ko agro ni wani so nkogina hemfo nim kan cho mo say omo nsori nchia wo. Agro won ani so. Na so moto abano na so wulusu wi a na akogina ha koka say oh men hand over. Ahona bom say sabi sa Ghana for enya coward sa. Agro bi no di so nsem na okeka ne de munya no. Na numia na hene no titi. Na eduru ho a na bom say sabi enya ma na gu Ghana. This is your time. Do good things, leave an indelible imprint. Okwa, the befa ko nyada wo dey wasem ko what leave a good name. Let others worry about that. Enka baumia kra enesenka o kan same way baumia because ono na opa akomia na di baumia na so ojina ka say no, yeah, I'll make sure say Akuffo Addo hand over to me. And when he says that, he's right because he's a candidate. But wona we were brabo boni we Ghana for person be kai wudin kra no. Wa bebo braboni we ya to Ghana ha say obi am pese sabi or that's run up akro bebo wudin amanate na obenya bad luck no. You are the one says you will not hand over to. Yeah, it's a agro and so. Agro ankasa wo ni so. Anya wa media na ye. Cause I'm no more to me. They had power to spin the narrative, to set an agenda. Na ye pianko sa and they koto ma. By now wow ye social media na say no. You can no longer control the new media. Because the new media is vibrant, is potent, and it is never going away. You can't suppress it. That is the new media. So you better do the right thing, leave a good name, build a good legacy that will transcend beyond generations, so that every sector be now. Today you can say, oh, President Akuffo Addo buy, oh nice, oh nice, oh nice. So generation will come and say good things about it. But today, if we leave things as it is at the moment. Now you can say, what a young father be on to me MPP in Tunchain, me NDC in Tunchain, me a deba young funny in Tunchain dispassionately. Now you can say review Ghana and Akuffo Addo are in the next 10 years, you know, overcome as a matter over. What is it that you're going to tell your children? There na woko jinako can say one thing, one most significant thing will be about free SHS. Today, look at what the free SHS is. Policy guideline ben ojano kwem. Blueprint na tisay. Tertiary ben and a build the account. There is no single tertiary. Bang I am being said sabi me de ba account and the church say over foresight. And this guy shamefully goes around existing universities are only Caprekura no. He goes around renaming it after MPP gurus. Come on. Let me tell you, cry. I'm a ferry. University of Rollins, yes, University at Tamlos and Mastati. There are instead of you so basic in Winsibi, then you are fighting a changing the yes, so busi and 14 the guso. So that is who he really is. That is why it is very, very important. Say Ghana for be elderly. Maybe and we cannot shut up. We can't just shut up for few greedy, misguided, twisted minds. Be a sabi or who is a political power. Or they are like some emperors. They are not accountable to Ubia. They can just mess everything up and then they go away. No, this is a democracy. This is a democracy. We need to rise and protect it. We need to guard it. Why your man respect woman? In Kababi agent day. Why will anybody on his right senses, amidst all the challenges confronting your basic schools, say, maybe aware no because social media, Madam Ejina, Biabiase, Madam Ejina baby, and I yet children crade our school system. And then it's so easy to move away from Ghana, go to UK. If you look at the differences, yes, UK economy is far more advanced than Ghana. You ain't mean that particular comparison. But you see, we have a duty to ensure say they are left here to a certain level. Because I catch us and we are. Or somebody schooling in UK, no, they go to the same place for a job. Because this is what globalization has brought in its wake. And ya kwa na oti duase nsuo boma kururu na ya pon omo no. Countermeasures be na yedi gu ho to address these basic challenges. Okoye secondary school ma accommodation a problem. These are some of the things that occupy your mind. You say no, we are not just giving people education, but we are enlightening them. Well, you see, it is not about the certificate. Oh. That's why the last time I told you, said there are a lot of people parading in this country with paper certificate. What different in summer? You'll be shocked. And one who be brave but TV so then as for Kasati Musa say, Sebi, we need to be free or buy. And yet, the other teacher of mine. Education in na say ye enlighten nipa no empower him say be ya ono abetimi taking decisions are competent decision obetimi solve problems. That is all that education is about. It's not about say kwatena kowe baba good team na ko pass exams. No. That is why in America I can sit here and mention about 20 to over there 50 people are more dropping out of college. Mo ye neema sabi obi a okura PhD kura ntumi anye enam so enne ena wiase gina ba bi agina ene abrante ya America for hwehwe ne Snowden ena wanya Russia citizens are only key national security way our US o mo penachi ne wi the guy dropped out of college but enam a certain computer skills na se for oyenti no CIA high no ana oye adwuma ma omo NASA high no na oye adwuma ma no ma omo Hawaii and omo de kokoto ya because he was an administrator and onya access to their systems only key that particular information by we are say akofa de buy nyina he dropped out of college. So Odru baby no, utimu say a mind not aye enlightened to a level say he feels he can do certain things, and indeed he was able to do it. And the training nipa na certificate na debia de show mun some papers na woji paper na nipa no cannot do anything, cannot invent anything, cannot do anything. As long as one saying that is why we need to retool, making sure say your universities, you know, you're structured in such a way so at least every single university will be taxed to producing and answer creating a certain caliber of people and we are good at doing something within the economy. I bet me and engineers are more building roads in China for every single government contract. I want them council road in China for, and then we sit at KNUST and say ye training engineers. No more. Because if we are serious, and crano what am fana ye crano, government can start hiring some of them. I be more mojuma, I'm more moye. So that your rules and your China for the fix my young kasa we will use our own people. Military, the reserve side. These people, these professionals, they bet me and list and they'll be doing some of these things. Bridges and then as a form my way, no. So this whole education system, no, we need to retool it. Now you're making sure say yeah, man, now working within our context. It's not a matter of say curriculum whether our impact to our economy, whether so on fast. No, say the musa kaka yenim de as yenim de yeah. But every economy, we America, in the schools, no, and cranu we are Ivy schools, no moon and cranu we. Then they are being hired by these big firms, because they know the sort of enlightenment of what you're exposed to, the kind of training, the intelligence these people possess. And it is at the back of those things, and I am more because nipa no ba ujaina or no abetimi ayediwe. Or yeah, ebe yo nwo abetimi and the impact on the economy, and as an impact on the company, ni baby akofano, e di na ba be shem so onya adwuma. But can we do the same thing today? I can sit here and tell you, sir, that a lot of corporations in Ghana are willing to hire new graduates. because they think, oh, there is a huge gap between academia and job na available, no, inexperience, and we have no time to, because Ghana and near Krana where we invest in, oh man, 5 years man year internship Krana, they cannot catch up. These are some of the excuses. So they prefer retaining the retired brains due for retirement, at the expense of these young people who are supposed to be given the opportunity to be at work. And that is the problem. So if you're designing a comprehensive education policy and as a programmer, you look at all these factors. Now we're so they are structure and design education in such a way, say you address all these challenges. Because yet said there is a mismatch between academia and the job market, I check. But what is it that we're doing about it? Nobody seems to care. But then countries as I say bridge that gap. And then the last time I was telling you about China. China ne a resting march on no ankasa ni human resources available or no ankasa ne maimu. Because at the early stages, and they send a lot of people to the United States, the Ivy colleges and so forth, back and they are translating that particular knowledge to their own people, training them. And China is a technological hub when it comes to production. Some of the phones, most of them are coming from China. Because knowledge, they've been able to set up local industry, upgraded to a certain level, and they are competing with Apple and other tech giants. Our Silicon Valley and offer the smartphone market now. Chinese company no I'm share no. What's our young show? They are taking over, especially in Africa. And then dollar depreciate you, dollar yet you and fat China, huh? Do you know why? Because at some point in time, deliberately, they were even depreciating their currency against the dollar just to boost local production and local industry. Because say dollar no UN no closer. You know, people have taste for these American items like iPhones. Then I say for about otobi. So China deliberately devalue Nisikana in such a way said there is a huge gap between $1 and $1 Into we are China near. It will be very, very difficult for you. So change it to dollars, they got iPhone. But it is so easy for you to use the UN to buy Chinese phone. So go and read. There is this your friend saying latest we are bunting. iPhone is losing the market in China. Because now around the world, no, baby are not only market free apart from US, main US, China. And the sales are dropping. Because dollar no any UN man boying. It's a strategy. So for the Chinese economic toolbox, yet ha city no ne dollar ne devalue ne ye machine ye soon because ye nyashi wo kroma common toothpick ya kra you need dollar to go and say odoka kwa kraba kroma ze no China na mfano ho because locally the country has been transformed into a production hub. They don't need to import anything. And we are China near everything you need, you will be. Our most when it comes, I don't know, the papa come by inferior one amount. As I see, we so for my apart from some more quality inferior, so they will make sure that they will find some for you. And do go social media, some of the items and none of social media to say, and yeah, papa, but they don't care. They are selling because to them, they will say a bit near so they don't care. That is what we need to do and replicate. Oh, Chromas at least. Yes, we structure universities in such a way, say, bet me build it. A man for mobile, they can start build something. Oh, Chroma, say, bet me boost local production. And as for now, yes, I see a cover train. Yes, see a new train. Or conquer no. I dear way, I say a new train. Yeah, Sako crash and I come home. So we have a long way to go as a country. And it's the reason why I always tell you, say, it is very, very important, say, as citizens, we can't just sit idle and hope, say, nyame beye, my friend, I'm say, he to team, nyame be intervenir, me say, go to Russia and Ukraine, every day, pim for your bombi nyame. It doesn't get involved in human affairs, Me say go back to the Second World War and the First World War. Go and look at how human beings were slaughtered. Asa, Adolf Hitler and the Sandy Palai no come gas chamber mo kuomo crank it a painful no shiomo. God never intervened. No. So what you have been saying, Yame, soft be catches in Yame Baya, Massa. I'm saying, be yayo. A bit taking me know your effort, what we can do. Because I know mind be aye. Me say the challenges I go through France, I go through Spain, I go through. I'm not far west than this. America, I go through the same way, but because they had leaders, more foresight. You know, more kwanka or more do mbedie. Or better to cast a more panane or more namful for them. As I saw more madman could go butchering as for no more gin in the pahon, hoping say they will lay the foundation a bit in your bow piano. Today, America be a resting place for them. They go there for holidays. This is our country. Ordinary streets, so what you see is pain, desperation, frustration, depression. That's what you see among young people. Oh, your banner was is no pay juma. This will be no order. Or competence then as for. So this is the kind of narrative we want to change. Say be a bit me build a certain leadership beer. I recognize competence. I recognize good in people. Never to me create space for people. That is the only way to me drive on my way. I'm not going to. And yes, sir, now with this sheer greed, self-centeredness, and this kind of attitude now, this cheap, silly politics. Yeah. No, me can so no hunting. You didn't pass a sem class be. Or so na me can we hunting. No. And then I say Akuffo Addo kutupa o didn't say munu no na ma o didi no. Go to say to the idea after all the President Bakwa Homa so ni kokut kasa finchiro bia ene o de duru ahemfo so. Look at the way he's addressing chief. This is a guy who was recently begging people, oh, montu abano mame, me pamacha o man try me. Today look at his attitude, and that is who he really is. Culture says Subang, you can't hide it, you can't fake it. And intelligence, so you can't fake it. If you don't have it, you can't pretend you are intelligent. Today, look at him. Wako the whole damongo, ne bodyguard or that yabomura say, Papa sorry for you skin, so now president. Who born dog? Who born dog? Because today he's president. He forgets it's the same people who made him president. So, people, I think that time, I don't want to take much of your time. I'll find time and come back here, and other key issues you bet me a but let us activate your way good politics, because I never boa. I'm at a kind of way Ghanaian dream na say possible no at me a bum. That is the only way. So that taking much of your time. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll try and come back, and I think that we can have another conversation. Thank you very much.